inventory. And the Obama White House says it is urgently pressing Libya's transitional government to do more to find these missing missiles. But the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Rogers says the president needs to take much more aggressive steps.
You know, the United States brings some unique capabilities to this fight. So with their permission, I think, and working with our NATO allies, we should be bringing today this special capability to this problem. But remember the politics of should we be there and no boots on the ground. And I'm not talking about boots on the ground, big military, anything like that. You know, surge of diplomacy here with these special capabilities. And I think we could do ourselves, the region, the world, a great favor by finding, accounting for this, and then rendering it safe.
You talk about should be there today, which implies we are not there today, at least not at the level which you think is necessary. With each passing day, with these things floating around, and a thriving black market in that part of the world, what are the risks?
Well, it's huge. We know that al-Qaeda has already expressed an interest in getting their hands on it. Other groups that are on the state-sponsored terrorist list are interested in getting their hands on it. We know that. We do believe there was some public reporting, some open source reporting by folks in the northern Africa that they believe some of these weapon systems are already moving around, and they're very, very concerned about it. And here's the thing, John, on this. We know from every kind of an endeavor that happens this way, where there's a radical change in the government like this, there's a takeover of throwing a dictator out, there is a sense of economic hardship for the weeks, months, maybe sometimes years after. Well, these weapon systems are in such high demand in the world, and people are willing to pay for them. It gets pretty easy for desperate people to get a hold of these things and start selling them to anybody that will buy them.
You mentioned people want to buy these things. One of the concerns, as outlined by the president's top counterterrorism advisor today, is not only are these things loose, and he says the administration is pressing the transitional government, but he's talking about these weapons are floating around Libya, and John Brennan raised this concern.
When you look at, al-Qaeda, and it's not just the Libyan Islamic fighting group that, was a real concern, and that still has people in different places, but a lot of the senior al-Qaeda members are Libyans, Atiyah Abdurrahman al-Libi, Abu Yahya al-Libi, they're all, many of them, senior ones, are Libyans.
So you have a senior al-Qaeda leadership that has many Libyans in it. These weapons are floating around in a country where presumably these people have contacts and friends, right?
Absolutely, and think about it. You had the Tuaregs, which is kind of a nomadic tribe there that Gaddafi supported in overthrow in Niger some years ago, that are very loyal to the regime, but I'm sure would love to try it again. And they're kind of the organized crime of nomadic groups. You can imagine if they start getting their hands on this stuff and what that means proliferation-wise for these weapon systems across a whole spectrum of pretty bad actors who really want to get their hands on it. And that's why I have been so concerned, and we need to act now. I would not wait too long to try to deal with this problem.
What's the hang-up? You say you want to act now, we shouldn't wait too long. The administration says it's worried too. What is the hang-up? What do they need to do tomorrow, or should they have done yesterday?
Well, it's political will. I know we have capabilities that aren't in use, and I would argue we need to put those capabilities to use for our national security interests.
Well, what are we talking about? I know it's sensitive intelligence matters. When you say capabilities, you mean people who can hunt them down? You mean intelligence resources to find them? Be as specific as you can, sir.
I'll say yes, John. We have people who have the unique set of capabilities that can help locate these materials, that can help render them safe in all cases, not only the missile systems but the chemical weapons. We need to. There's been several solutions that have been put on the table. All of them take too long, and they're old models. I argue we have a unique opportunity here because the National Council is interested in solving this problem to get that sign-off, working with our NATO partners, and get our special capabilities people on the ground so that we can deal with these weapon systems. And that, to me, it's really not happening at the pace I believe it better happen. And just the reporting I think CNN has done, too, on the fact that some of these weapon systems are already talked and rumored about being moving around in Tripoli and other places, causes even greater concern. And the urgency here is, I think, significant.
Let me ask the chairman of the Intelligence Committee one last question, and that is, based on the latest information you have received, does the United States government have any clue where Muammar Gaddafi is?
Now, this is the where's Waldo question. I think it's a matter of time, and we have some good ideas, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and the rebels are even having some difficulty locating him. I think we're going to find him, but remember, he controlled a lot of these areas. pretty well and pretty tightly, and has a good deal of support in certain areas. So we believe that he's probably going to be attracted to one of those areas where he has that local support and can hang on as long as he thinks he's going to be able to do.
Chairman Rogers, appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks, John.